Hi there. Welcome to this particular project on building a facial recognition library for your applications. The project mentor for this project is Rex, as well as the project owner, and it's powered by the Graded Post Guided Project Platform. Over the past few years, we've seen a tremendous growth in the applications of our facial recognition system. You're seeing situations where you upload your photos on Facebook, and then your friends are automatically tagged. You also see situations whereby Google Photos can easily classify your friends, classify their faces, detect their faces in albums and pictures from far, near, distance, and as well as really, really good stuff in portrait mode. You know, you're taking selfies, camera selfies, and then the background is being blurred, and that's being fit into very, very small cameras on your smartphones these days. So we're seeing that tremendous growth in the applications of facial recognition. And it's really, really exciting to see. And that's even becoming mainstream for not just top companies like Google, Facebook, and so forth, but also individuals like us who want to build smart advertising systems, right? Who want to build access control systems for certain projects or certain applications or certain products you might want to have. In this project, you're going to be learning how to do just that. You're going to be building a facial recognition library with two techniques, the classical machine learning technique, as well as the modern deep learning technique, so that you can compare performance as well as know what's optimal for your use case. Now let's go on to the project summary. And with the project summary, as you can see right here, I've mentioned we are going to be using those two techniques there to see which ones can achieve, or which of the techniques can achieve the state-of-the-art results you require for your particular application. So sometimes you probably don't need like a bazooka like deep learning to be able to work on a project. You probably need a classical machine learning technique. And this is what Rex's guide will take you through. So understanding the classical approach to building a facial recognition system, as well as deep learning, the modern deep learning approach to building the facial recognition system. So that's what you're going to be doing. And you're going to be seeing that these models are going to be achieving over 90%, over 95% accuracy, and that's like superhuman level accuracy in facial detection. That's how facial recognition as well. So that's how far we've come with this technology, and this is really an exciting project. I think you will learn a lot from. Now, what are the project objectives? The first thing you're going to learn is to learn how to design and analyze facial detection and recognition methods. You're going to learn the requirements around building a facial recognition system. And sometimes, in a part of the project as well, you're also going to be learning the ethics and these things around building a responsible system around it as well. And then thinking about what application of facial recognition system will be useful for, right? So in one of the steps in the project, you're going to apply your knowledge and thinking in terms of the business acumen, all right? Are you looking at a crime detection system? If not, now you're going to take a lot of things into consideration beyond the facial recognition application there. You're also going to be thinking about how to design the solutions to various challenges of both your classical models, which are most times limited, especially when when you've reached a certain amount of complexity, and as well as a certain amount of data sets you have. You're most likely not going to cut it at some point, and then you have to start thinking about modern deep learning techniques to build your project. So it's really exciting to know that you're going to be designing your library or designing your application, designing this project based on the needs and as they come forth, as you learn along as well. And then, of course, you're going to test the success rate. We want to achieve state-of-the-art results. We want to achieve state-of-the-art in facial recognition is literally anything over 90%. If it's not over 90%, then that's not state-of-the-art, right? So you need to ensure that we're going to test your model, we're going to test your library to ensure that you achieve over 90% accuracy in terms of the faces you recognize and classify. And yeah, so let's go on to the project structure. What are you going to start off with first? First, I did mention earlier that you're going to start off with understanding the business requirements and the use cases for the facial recognition applications. You are also going to understand the types of data to collect. So when you're building a facial recognition application, it's probably quite different from when you're building any other image or computer vision type of application or type of model or type of system. You have to understand the type of data to collect, and really help you a lot in building the model. So because of course you should know that data is the fuel of any successful machine learning project. So it's very crucial. And then you also learn, Rex would also teach you how to, on the third step, you're going to learn how to collect data for the facial recognition app. So, you've identified what type of data to collect and how can you effectively collect this data is one of the things that Rex will walk you through. And then in the fourth step, you're going to be trying out a few classical machine learning algorithms to see benchmarks and performance, get some benchmark performance, and try and test it out to see which one is working and which one is not. And then Rex will also offer some tips on how you should think about these algorithms and some assessment as well on why you think these algorithms aren't working for or may not work for this particular project use case itself. And then, in step 5, we're going to go over understanding the limitations. So you're going to drive those algorithms and see what the limitations are for the algorithms, how well they perform, how poorly they perform, and understand the discrepancy between that. And on the sixth step, you're also going to think about how you can improve your system, right? So you're going to be applying data augmentation techniques, zooming in, cropping it into the particular phase to ensure that you don't have other features disturbing the model in terms of learning and so forth. You see how you can try to improve the classical machine learning techniques, and then see where the actual limit is, even while you've adopted these data augmentation techniques. So the seventh step, you get to understand where deep learning comes in, right? As far going over the limitations of the classical machine learning algorithms and so forth. So you do facial detection with deep learning models like MT, CNN, and a variety of CNN alterations. Sorry, a variety of CNN alterations and different models around that people have used already. People have built and achieved state-of-the-art facial recognition results with them. You're also going to be building the facial recognition application. And the ninth step, you're going to be testing your library to ensure that it's working for the intended purpose of the project. I mean, if you're applying it to your own project, you might want to test it for your own application and then compare the results and so forth and on to know if it actually performs as good as it's expected, because you set the record straight in step 1. What do you want to achieve? I want to achieve 90% accuracy. I want to achieve 80%, 95% recognition accuracy, because that beats the old model, right? If that's your application and so forth. And then in step 10, you get to do the software engineering side of things. You package a library, you upload to PyPy, and then any developer you're working with can call it. Any application you're working with an API, you can easily call it from PyPy, download the model, and then use it in your actual application. It could be a web application, it could be a backend or desktop application, and that's it. The learning outcomes for this project, by the end of this project, you have a practical understanding of the problems, the face detection project, as well as facial recognition project. You learn how to use the two machine learning techniques for recognizing faces and images, and as well as real-time feed. And then you also have an installable package for recognizing faces in real-time feeds that you can use in any of your applications at all. All right, I hope you join us in this project and build a facial recognition project or library for your application. Good luck. See you in class.